Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to war number 4 of season 26. So in this alliance, we are up against MiBR, made in Brazil. They are another master alliance. So I was on path 5, which is Spider-Gwen and Nick Fury, then the Korg, and then I was on path 3. I did end up weaseling my way into 2 extra fights, so there was going to be 6 total this war. I had an extra invuln boost, so I wanted it for that Nick Fury fight, but I figured I'd throw it on early, just in case, no harm. Although I'm, hopefully you're not going to need an invuln to fight a Spider-Gwen. She can evade, obviously, so just pairing, locking in this degen. Once she's got over 20 spores locked in, this fight is over. I think she does evade me. Yeah, right there, she evades, but I mean, it doesn't matter. So super easy fight. The Spider-Gwen, obviously she really can't do anything. So the next fight is the Nick Fury fight on heavy hitter, and so the challenge there, of course, is that when he's in his second life, he's stun immune, and with heavy hitter, it's tough to get an in against him. So I did put on the White Max pre-fight, just I wanted the extra attack rating for this fight, just because I was kind of hoping to maybe kill him with a special 3 when he got to 15%. I think I put on the Cosmic damage boost, or the mutant damage boost on the specials, just to give my specials a little more pop. So his first life is incredibly easy. It always goes down really quick, and of course the challenge is killing him in a second life. So against Nick, you actually don't get pushed back all that far, so using the pre-fight against Nick Fury is pretty good. I actually forgot about the whole heavy hitter thing, and I forgot that you need to reparry on this node and not just intercept, or not just use heavies to counter his heavies. So unfortunately, the degen all falls off here, so he is just dying with his LMD. Looks like he's pretty high sig. He's degenning pretty slowly. So he only has 2 tactical charges, which is good. I remember I did get in trouble once when he got his full tactical charges, and he's just throwing heavies, which is quite annoying. There he goes medium, which is nice. And I did go with for the SB2. I figured the knockdown plus pushing him to 2 bars would be nice if I could get him to. There I took my chances to lock in the degen, figuring if he hit me, it wasn't going to matter because I had my invuln boost, so took a shot and it worked out. So that fight went pretty smooth. I've taken it before. It went a little less smoothly, but generally speaking, this fight is pretty doable. But I definitely can see how it can go wrong for Omega. So here we go. So this next fight is this Korg on Mixmaster. I debated using the pre-fight, eventually didn't end up using it. I think probably all in all, it does more harm than good to use the pre-fight because of the pushback. The pushback, I think, does mess you up more than it's worth, more than the benefit. Even when I'm standing right next to him, I'm still getting pushed back. And so you can see I only lock in 10 spores and my bleed's about to expire, which is really poor. I did last season, in the very last war, lock in over 20 spores even with the White Max pre-fight. But yeah, all in all, I think it definitely is more harmful than beneficial. So I think I don't think I'm going to be using it anymore. There I tried to dex, it didn't let me. And you see I did a 1-hit medium for, I don't know why. And then next time I did the medium, he evaded. So really, really poor. He was able to build a bunch of prowess, so that special did a ton of damage through block. He has no spores on him, basically. I finally lock in 6, which is not good. He's finally up to 10, so he's actually taking a little bit of damage. The degen was about to wear off, so I threw the special 3, get a little bit of healing, do some damage. You do want to make sure you throw the special 3 when he doesn't have his rock field. So that way you actually, do about 10% instead of doing basically nothing. So I always block the first 2 hits, dex the third. So at this point, it's just kind of slow, but we're all right. You know, the health, I'm going to win the health battle as long as I don't mess up. But yeah, looking back, I think the pre-fight does more harm than good. The pushback just isn't worth the extra damage. And as nice as the, what's it called? Passive stun is, you know, when he only has 1 or 2 spores, it's probably not worth it. So yeah, won't be doing that anymore, I don't think. So we did kind of debate a little who should take this Omega. I said Omega was a good matchup for it, and so I ended up getting the go-ahead to take this fight. The korg screw-ups did cost me 3 potions, unfortunately, which is quite lame, but completely my fault. So basically, the only plan here is just don't dex, don't trigger any buffs, and you'll be good. Bait the special ones. You know, try not to have 10 spores on you, obviously, because then you're going to degen. So I got to 9, backed off a little bit, got back to 0. He's almost halfway dead already. So there, I was able to time it to lock in 21 spores. So he's melting pretty good. I did push him to 2 bars. He was almost dead, so I didn't particularly care. Even if he threw the special 2, it wasn't going to do anything. And so there, I just backed off, and he went down really easily. So really easy fight there. Warlock also would be fine, but Omega just damage-wise is so much stronger that he's probably better for it. You do see in the path above me, Coop was actually moving, which is a very, very rare sight to actually see Coop moving in Alliance War, so that was kind of a special treat right there. This fight, of course, is just a Venom on path 3. You know, he doesn't obviously do anything. He can gain armor up buffs, I'm guessing that's why he's placed here, but he never gained any here, and even if he did, obviously it's not going to matter. So I did have one more fight that I was probably going to be taking, so I didn't want to lose a bunch of health and have to revive. So this fight went well, finished at almost full health. And then the last fight I'm going to have, this was again a few hours later. Yeah, there's me admiring that Coop was actually moving. Was this thing fight. This is brute force and limber, but I am going to use the pre-fight, so it's just brute force. And of course, the idea is that when Thing has 15 rock stacks, can't hit into him, so if you get brute force on you, you're kind of stuck. Most important thing is if that happens, don't panic. You will see that it does happen to me at one point, but I don't panic, and so it works out all right. I do lose some health, but not a big deal. So there he's at 9 hits. I lock in the degen, put him up to 11. Kind of turtle up because I want to get him to 13 and then lock in the degen one more time. And so there he's at 2 bars of power, and I parry him on accident, parry him on accident again. And so now I'm degenning almost 1,000 per tick, but again, just don't panic. You're okay. Lost 20% of my health, not a big deal. So at this point, the fight's pretty much well in hand. I'm not going to throw any special 2s. I think it does like 7 hits or 8 hits, but I couldn't even remember, and there was really no point. Could have thrown the SP3, but I didn't. So yeah, at this point, 13 rock stacks. I do not run Assassin on attack ever, so I didn't have to worry about Assassin messing with this fight. If you do fight a Thing, you should always have Assassin off, because it really sucks to have it against him. We did end up winning 7-5, which is good. So we are now 3-1. Our one loss being our tie last war, the 6-6 tie. My battle group did have, we tied for our worst war of the season. We had 1 death again. So we have gone 0-1-0-1. So my BG has 2 deaths so far through 4 wars, which is fantastic. So yeah, good start for the Alliance. So-so start for me. I haven't played quite as well as I was hoping to, but hopefully I can pick it up, and hopefully we continue to do well. So that'll do it for war number 4, and I will see you next time.